Have you ever felt like the whole world turned its back on you when a door suddenly slammed shut in your face? A relationship ends, a dream job slips away, or you face outright rejection from someone you trusted. These moments can feel like devastating blows, but ask yourself this: what if that closed door wasn't the end, but the beginning of something greater? Stoic philosophy, developed by thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca and Epictetus, offers a revolutionary perspective on rejection. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Meditations. This profound idea suggests that the obstacles we encounter are not barriers, but the very paths we are meant to walk. Rejection, no matter how painful, is a disguised opportunity to build strength and uncover our inner potential. Today, we'll dive into 13 transformative lessons inspired by Stoic wisdom to help you turn rejection into your greatest advantage. These lessons aren't just about overcoming the sting of failure. They're practical steps to reshape your future and use every no as a stepping stone toward success and inner peace. So, are you ready to take every closed door and turn it into a gateway to new opportunities? Let's embark on this life-changing journey together. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to ensure you never miss a single step on this transformative path. 1. Ignore the ignores. Rise above being overlooked. Have you ever been ignored, dismissed, or brushed aside as if your presence didn't matter? It stings, doesn't it? But here's the truth. Your value isn't determined by someone else's recognition. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It's not about seeking approval, it's about owning your worth, regardless of who chooses to acknowledge it. When someone ignores you, it's tempting to chase their validation, to prove you're worth their time. However, every moment spent trying to win over those who overlook you is a moment stolen from nurturing your own growth. Imagine a garden. Would you waste water on barren soil, or would you nourish the seeds that promise a thriving future? Ignoring the ignores is about choosing where to invest your energy for the greatest return. Take a practical example. You pitch an idea at work and your colleagues dismiss it without a second glance. The natural reaction might be frustration or even anger, but a Stoic response is to rise above. Instead of brooding, focus on refining your idea, presenting it in a new way, or finding allies who appreciate your vision. Your actions, not their disregard, will define your worth. Or think about personal relationships. Perhaps you've experienced being ghosted or overlooked by someone you cared about. Instead of questioning your self-worth, redirect your energy toward pursuits that uplift you. Rekindle a passion you once neglected. Hit the gym to strengthen both body and mind. Or deepen connections with people who genuinely value you. By choosing to ignore the ignores, you are reclaiming your emotional power. You're showing that your self-esteem isn't tethered to someone else's recognition. And here's the beauty. When you stop seeking their attention, you become a person of rare strength and confidence, qualities that naturally draw respect and admiration. Take a moment to journal about an instance when you felt overlooked. How did you respond? What could you have done differently to focus on your growth instead of seeking validation? Share your insights in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. 2. Keep emotions in check, mastering emotional control. Have you ever reacted impulsively in the heat of the moment only to regret it later? That's because, as Epictetus wisely observed, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When faced with rejection, failure, or disappointment, it's not the event itself that hurts. It's the storm of emotions we allow it to trigger. Keeping your emotions in check is a Stoic superpower that helps you navigate life's challenges with clarity and strength. Rejection often stirs feelings of anger, frustration, or inadequacy. Imagine applying for your dream job only to receive a rejection email. The initial surge of disappointment might tempt you to lash out or immediately send a defensive reply. But Stoic wisdom teaches us to pause. Instead of reacting emotionally, take a step back and reflect. Why does this rejection bother me? Is it truly a reflection of my worth, or simply a redirection? One practical way to practice emotional control is the 10-second rule. When you feel emotions bubbling up, pause and count to 10 before responding. If that's not enough, count to 10 again. This simple act gives your rational mind a chance to regain control over your reactive impulses. Consider this scenario. You're criticized by a colleague in a meeting. Instead of snapping back or retreating into silence, take a deep breath and focus on the facts. Respond calmly, asking clarifying questions or offering a constructive perspective. Your composed reaction not only preserves your professionalism, but also demonstrates emotional intelligence, a quality respected by all. Stoics also emphasize the importance of self-awareness. By regularly reflecting on your emotional triggers through journaling or mindfulness, you can better understand the root of your reactions. This practice doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means mastering them so they don't master you. Think of a recent situation where you reacted emotionally. How could you have responded differently to align with your values and goals? Write it down and commit to practicing emotional control in similar situations moving forward. Remember to share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more life-changing Stoic lessons. 3. Detach your thoughts, freeing your mind. Have you ever caught yourself replaying a rejection over and over in your mind, wondering what went wrong or how you could have done things differently? It's a common trap, but as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The essence of Stoicism lies in this principle. You can't control what others think, say, or do, but you can control your thoughts and responses. Detaching your thoughts is not about ignoring reality, but redirecting your focus toward what truly matters, your growth. When someone rejects you, it's tempting to let their opinion dominate your mental space. But ask yourself, why give so much power to someone who doesn't value me? Instead of obsessing over what you can't change, turn your energy toward what you can. Use this moment as a wake-up call to invest in yourself. For example, imagine being passed over for a promotion. Instead of dwelling on perceived unfairness, channel that frustration into action. Take a professional development course, learn a new skill, or seek feedback from mentors to refine your abilities. Every step you take in self-improvement is a step closer to turning rejection into an opportunity. This principle also applies to personal relationships. Suppose you've been ghosted or overlooked by someone you cared about. Instead of agonizing over their reasons, focus on your passions and goals. Dive into hobbies you've neglected or set new challenges for yourself, such as training for a marathon or learning a language. Each small achievement builds your confidence and reminds you of your worth. Practical tip: write down 3 activities or goals you've always wanted to pursue, but haven't due to lack of time or energy. Commit to starting one of them today. By redirecting your focus, you'll fill your mental space with positivity and progress, leaving no room for unproductive overthinking. What's one situation where you've allowed rejection to linger in your mind? How could you redirect that energy towards something productive? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more transformative lessons. 4. Show your worth. Let your actions speak. Have you ever felt invisible, as if your talents and efforts went unnoticed? It's a frustrating feeling, but remember this core Stoic principle. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Your worth isn't defined by what you say or how others perceive you. It's defined by what you do. Let your actions showcase your value, not for others' validation, but to affirm your own. Imagine a scenario. You propose a groundbreaking idea in a meeting, but it's dismissed without a second thought. You have two options: dwell on the rejection or use it as fuel to prove your idea's worth. Instead of seeking immediate validation, refine your proposal. Research, build a prototype, or gather supporting data to demonstrate its potential. When you let your results speak for themselves, even the most skeptical critics will take notice. This principle also applies to personal growth. Suppose you were overlooked in a social or romantic context. Rather than internalizing the rejection, channel your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Join a new fitness program, dive into a creative project, or pursue a long-held ambition. Success, after all, is the loudest response to doubt. A powerful example of this is J.K. Rowling. Rejected by 12 publishers, she didn't let their opinions define her worth. Instead, she refined her craft, persisted, and eventually published one of the most successful book series of all time. Her actions, her unwavering commitment to her work, spoke louder than any rejection letter ever could. Practical tip: identify an area where you feel undervalued. Set a tangible goal to showcase your strengths, whether it's acing a presentation, completing a personal project, or mastering a new skill. Document your progress to see how far you've come and use it as a reminder of your worth. What's one way you can demonstrate your value today without seeking approval? Share your story in the comments and inspire others to take action. And don't forget to subscribe for more lessons on building self-worth through action. 5. Silence as a strategy. Harnessing the power of quiet. In a world that constantly demands responses, silence often feels like a lost art. But as the Stoics teach us, better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. Zeno of Citium. Silence isn't a sign of weakness or passivity. It's an act of strength, reflection, and control. When faced with rejection or conflict, silence becomes a powerful strategy to protect your peace and recalibrate your focus. Consider this: when someone criticizes or dismisses you, the natural instinct is to defend yourself or retaliate. But what if, instead, you said nothing? Imagine a social media argument where silence, not a heated rebuttal, becomes your weapon. By refusing to engage, you deny others the satisfaction of seeing you react. This restraint not only preserves your dignity, but also shifts the dynamic entirely. You remain composed while others reveal their immaturity. Silence also serves as a vital tool for self-reflection. After facing rejection, many people spiral into overthinking, questioning their worth. Instead, use silence as a time to pause and assess. What lessons can you take from this experience? How can you grow stronger from it? Journaling during these silent moments can help you clarify your thoughts, set new goals, and refocus on what truly matters. Take a lesson from historical figures like Abraham Lincoln. Known for his thoughtful deliberation, Lincoln often chose silence over immediate action in times of great stress. This allowed him to consider all angles and respond with wisdom, a trait that defined his leadership and legacy. Silence isn't just about not speaking, it's about redirecting energy inward. It's about investing in personal growth rather than reacting to external noise. Use silent moments to read, meditate, or work on a skill that fuels your ambitions. Over time, this practice transforms perceived setbacks into stepping stones for self-improvement. Think of a recent moment when silence could have been a better response. How might that have changed the outcome? Share your insights in the comments, and while you're at it, subscribe for more powerful strategies like this one. 6. Prove them wrong. Rise above the doubt. Rejection stings, especially when it comes from someone who underestimates your potential. But as Stoic philosophy teaches us, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Marcus Aurelius Meditations. Proving them wrong isn't about vengeance or feeding your ego. It's about rising above, creating success that you're proud of, and letting your actions speak louder than any words. Imagine being told, "You're not good enough." Many would either argue or retreat. But what if instead you took that rejection as fuel? Not to spite them, but to challenge yourself and grow. Picture J.K. Rowling, rejected by a dozen publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Her success wasn't about proving the publishers wrong. It was about proving to herself that her story deserved to be told. She didn't chase their approval. She refined her craft until the world couldn't ignore her. In practice, proving them wrong starts with setting clear, personal goals. Were you rejected from a job? Use that energy to upgrade your skills, earn certifications, or build a portfolio that showcases your expertise. Failed in a personal relationship? Channel that energy into improving your physical and mental well-being, whether that's starting a fitness routine, traveling, or pursuing a passion project. Each step you take not only silences your critics, but strengthens your belief in yourself. Consider the story of Colonel Sanders, who was rejected over 1,000 times before someone finally accepted his fried chicken recipe. His perseverance turned rejection into a billion-dollar empire. His story isn't just about resilience, it's about redefining what success means, not by external validation, but by internal pride. Practical tip: write down a recent rejection you faced. Now set a specific, measurable goal to prove to yourself what you're capable of. Whether it's starting a side hustle, learning a new skill, or completing a personal challenge, focus on the journey rather than the outcome. What's one rejection that fueled your growth? Share your experience in the comments and inspire others to turn their setbacks into victories. Don't forget to subscribe for more empowering lessons. 7. Find joy. Rediscovering happiness. When life throws rejection your way, it's easy to let disappointment overshadow everything else. But Stoic philosophy reminds us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Marcus Aurelius Meditations. Joy is not dictated by external circumstances. It's a choice rooted in perspective and action. Even in the face of rejection, finding joy is about reclaiming your life and filling it with moments of purpose and positivity. Imagine losing out on a promotion or facing heartbreak. The initial instinct might be to isolate yourself, replaying the event endlessly in your mind. Instead, take a different approach. Choose joy. Reconnect with activities that spark your curiosity and passion. Dust off that old guitar, dive into a cooking class, or join a local hiking group. These moments of engagement remind you that rejection is just a small chapter in a much larger story, one where you're still the protagonist. Social connections are another cornerstone of joy. Studies show that meaningful relationships boost happiness and resilience. If you're feeling low, reach out to a friend, plan a coffee date, or join a new community group. Surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded people creates an environment where joy thrives and rejection feels less overwhelming. Consider the example of Oprah Winfrey. Fired from her first television job and told she wasn't fit for TV, she didn't let that rejection define her. Instead, she channeled her energy into building a career that brought joy not only to herself, but to millions around the globe. Her story is a testament to the power of finding happiness in your passions and connections, no matter what others say. Practical tip: identify 3 activities that bring you joy, whether it's dancing, gardening, or playing a sport. Schedule time this week to engage in at least one of them. Treat it as a reminder that your happiness is in your hands. What's one joyful activity you've overlooked lately? Share it in the comments and inspire others to rediscover their happiness. Don't forget to subscribe for more lessons on finding joy and resilience through Stoicism. 8. Enhance your social circle. Elevate your network. The people you surround yourself with shape your mindset, aspirations, and ultimately, your destiny. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of intentional relationships, those that inspire growth, wisdom, and resilience. As Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." If rejection has left you feeling isolated or undervalued, now is the perfect moment to reassess and elevate your social circle. Rejection can be a blessing in disguise, a nudge to step away from relationships that no longer serve you and seek connections that align with your values and goals. Begin by joining communities or groups that resonate with your interests and ambitions. Whether it's a professional networking event, a book club, or a local volunteer organization, these environments provide opportunities to meet people who inspire and support your journey. Consider this: you've recently been turned down for a promotion. Instead of dwelling on disappointment, attend workshops or conferences in your field. Here, you'll meet like-minded individuals who share your professional goals, expanding both your skills and your network. These connections not only open doors, but also remind you that your potential isn't defined by a single setback. Social media can also be a powerful tool when used intentionally. Follow thought leaders, engage in meaningful conversations, and participate in online communities that foster growth. Avoid passive scrolling and instead use these platforms to connect with those who challenge and uplift you. The ancient Stoics valued mentorship and camaraderie. Marcus Aurelius surrounded himself with advisors and scholars who enriched his wisdom. Similarly, by building relationships with individuals who challenge you to grow, you create an environment where you thrive. Surrounding yourself with high-value individuals isn't about exclusivity. It's about aligning with those who encourage your best self. As your circle expands, you'll find that rejection no longer stings as deeply. Instead, it becomes a stepping stone to meaningful connections and personal growth. So, who will you invite into your circle next? The choice is yours to make. 9. Act indifferent. Master the art of detachment. In the face of rejection or dismissal, our natural instinct is often to react, whether through anger, sadness, or a desperate need for validation. But as Stoic philosophy reminds us, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. When you act indifferent, you reclaim control over your emotions and your life. Indifference doesn't mean apathy or coldness. It's a powerful statement that your self-worth isn't determined by external events or opinions. Imagine being ghosted after expressing interest in someone or overlooked for a promotion at work. The knee-jerk reaction might be to seek closure, confront the situation, or overanalyze what went wrong. But ask yourself, does their opinion define your value? The Stoic approach is to focus on what you can control, your mindset, your actions, and your goals, while letting go of what lies beyond your influence. Consider this scenario. A colleague undermines your ideas during a team meeting. Instead of confronting them emotionally, maintain composure and redirect your energy toward refining your proposal or building stronger alliances with other colleagues. Your indifference to petty tactics signals confidence and maturity, shifting the focus back to your capabilities and strengths. Similarly, in personal relationships, acting indifferent isn't about ignoring emotions, but rather about setting boundaries. If someone disrespects or dismisses you, don't let their behavior dictate your feelings. Redirect your focus to personal growth, such as learning a new skill, pursuing a fitness goal, or reconnecting with supportive friends. Over time, your indifference will naturally diminish the power they hold over your emotional state. Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By acting indifferent, you shield yourself from unnecessary emotional turmoil and project a sense of resilience that commands respect. Remember, indifference isn't about playing games. It's about choosing peace over chaos and staying true to yourself. So, the next time rejection knocks on your door, don't let it in. Smile, move forward, and focus on what truly matters: your growth, your goals, and your happiness. 10. Maintain dignity with silence. Preserve your inner strength. Silence, often underestimated, is one of the most profound ways to demonstrate dignity and self-respect. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, you don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. Your dignity doesn't rely on others' validation, nor does it demand noisy retaliation in the face of rejection or criticism. Silence is a choice, a powerful act of self-control that speaks volumes. Imagine a situation where someone insults you in public or dismisses your contributions in a group setting. The urge to defend yourself or retaliate can be overwhelming, but Stoic wisdom teaches otherwise. Reacting impulsively hands them control over your emotions, whereas silence shifts the power back to you. By choosing not to engage, you signal that their words or actions are insignificant in the grand scheme of your life. Silence is not weakness, it is strength wrapped in restraint. It allows you to take a step back, assess the situation objectively, and respond, if necessary, with clarity and purpose. For instance, if a coworker spreads misinformation about you, a silent pause can give you the time to gather facts and address the issue professionally without being clouded by anger or frustration. This approach also applies to personal relationships. When faced with rejection, silence isn't about avoiding emotions, but protecting your peace. Instead of seeking explanations or closure, channel your energy into reflection and self-growth. Silence creates space for clarity, allowing you to focus on what truly matters: your goals, values, and inner tranquility. Take inspiration from historical figures like Mahatma Gandhi, who wielded silence as a tool for profound impact. His dignified calm in the face of adversity demonstrated an unshakable inner strength that inspired millions. The next time you're tempted to react, pause and ask yourself, will my response serve my dignity, or am I simply feeding the chaos? In that pause lies your power. Let silence become your ally, an unspoken declaration of resilience, self-respect, and unwavering confidence. 11. Self-sufficiency over attention. Choose independence over validation. In a world where attention often feels like currency, the ability to thrive without seeking it is a rare and powerful trait. Stoic philosophy reminds us, no one can hurt you unless you give them permission. True self-worth comes from within, not from the fleeting recognition of others. Choosing self-sufficiency over attention means investing in your personal growth and fulfillment, rather than chasing external validation. Imagine scrolling through social media and feeling the urge to post something just to gain likes or comments. It's easy to fall into the trap of equating attention with value. But what if you shifted your focus inward? Instead of seeking approval from others, pour your energy into developing skills, exploring passions, and achieving goals that bring you genuine satisfaction. When your sense of worth is rooted in self-sufficiency, no amount of rejection or indifference can shake your confidence. Take a practical example. You've been overlooked for a promotion or excluded from a social circle. The reactive path might be to seek acknowledgement from those who dismissed you, but the Stoic path is to channel that energy into self-improvement. Sign up for a course, start a side project, or refine your expertise. Every step you take toward becoming the best version of yourself makes external approval irrelevant. Success becomes a byproduct of your dedication, not an end goal dictated by others. Self-sufficiency also allows you to set boundaries and protect your emotional health. When you stop relying on others to affirm your worth, you free yourself from the anxiety of trying to please everyone. This doesn't mean isolating yourself. It means building relationships based on mutual respect rather than dependence on validation. Consider the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. By anchoring your value in your own growth, you reclaim control over your happiness. Reflection. Exercise. What's one area of your life where you've sought external validation? How can you redirect that energy towards self-improvement? Share your journey in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic lessons on self-sufficiency and resilience. 12. Kindness without emotional investment. Strength through compassion. Kindness is often misunderstood as a sign of weakness, but Stoic philosophy reveals its true nature. Kindness is invincible, so long as it is sincere. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Choosing to act kindly, even toward those who reject or hurt you, demonstrates immense strength and self-mastery. However, to maintain your emotional balance, kindness must be paired with healthy detachment. This combination allows you to remain true to your values without becoming entangled in others' actions or emotions. Imagine being rejected in a romantic relationship. The temptation might be to lash out or retreat into bitterness. Instead, the Stoic path encourages you to respond with dignity and kindness, but without emotional dependency. A simple, "I understand and I wish you the best," carries far more strength than an angry confrontation or desperate plea. It reflects your ability to rise above the situation and stay grounded in your principles. This approach is equally powerful in professional settings. Perhaps a colleague undermines you or dismisses your contributions. Responding with kindness, thanking them for their input or offering support on another project, doesn't mean condoning their behavior. Instead, it shows that your actions are guided by integrity, not ego. By maintaining an emotional distance, you protect your peace while still fostering a respectful environment. Kindness without emotional investment also sets boundaries. It allows you to be courteous without giving others the power to disrupt your emotional state. You're not acting kindly to win approval or mend relationships, but because it aligns with the person you strive to be. This kind of kindness is self-empowering, rooted in strength rather than expectation. Practical tip: practice kindness in your daily interactions, especially with those who challenge you. Offer a compliment, lend a hand, or simply listen without expecting anything in return. At the same time, remind yourself to stay emotionally centered and unattached to outcomes. Think of a recent situation where you showed, or could have shown, kindness without emotional involvement. How did it feel? Share your story in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more lessons on building strength through Stoicism. 13. Conceal your struggles, mastering silent strength. True strength is not in avoiding challenges, but in how you handle them without revealing your pain to the world. As Marcus Aurelius profoundly stated, the nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. Stoicism teaches us that concealing struggles is not about pretending everything is fine, but about facing adversity with dignity, allowing your actions, not your complaints, to define your story. Consider the life of Nelson Mandela. During his 27 years of imprisonment, he endured immense physical and emotional hardship, yet he never publicly displayed his pain or bitterness. Instead, he channeled his energy into personal growth, studying law and preparing for a leadership role that would later inspire a nation. When he finally emerged, it wasn't his struggles that defined him, but his unwavering resilience and ability to rise above them. In our daily lives, this principle can transform how we handle challenges. Imagine being passed over for a promotion or enduring a financial setback. While the temptation might be to vent frustrations on social media or to friends, the Stoic approach advises against it. Instead, quietly work toward a solution. Take courses to strengthen your qualifications, develop a side hustle, or create a new budget plan. Let your eventual success, achieved through determination and self-discipline, speak louder than any words ever could. This philosophy doesn't mean suppressing emotions, it means directing them productively. Journaling your thoughts or confiding in a trusted mentor are constructive ways to process challenges without broadcasting your struggles. This silent strength not only preserves your dignity, but also inspires those around you, showcasing that adversity can be a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Practical tip: next time you face a challenge, resist the urge to share it immediately. Instead, list 3 small actions you can take to move forward. Focus on progress, and let your achievements naturally reveal your resilience. What's one challenge you've overcome quietly that shaped your growth? Share your reflections in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more lessons on mastering silent strength and embracing Stoic resilience. Conclusion: rejection is redirection. Rejection isn't the end, it's a compass pointing you towards something greater. It's not a failure, but an opportunity to refine your path, uncover hidden strengths, and open doors you never imagined. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Every no carries the potential to reshape your journey, offering clarity, growth, and the chance to rise above. The 13 lessons we've explored today are not just abstract philosophies, they are practical tools to transform rejection into confidence, resilience, and success. Whether it's mastering silence, proving your worth, or finding joy in adversity, each principle offers a stepping stone toward a stronger, more empowered version of yourself. Now, it's your turn. Take these lessons and apply them in your life. Let rejection fuel your ambitions, not shatter them. Share your victories, big or small, and inspire those around you to embrace challenges as opportunities. By living with Stoic wisdom, you become a beacon of strength for others, proving that rejection isn't a setback, but a redirection towards something extraordinary. As we close, I encourage you to reflect on this. Rejection doesn't diminish you. It's how you face it that defines who you are. So the next time life says no, smile, step forward, and show the world your strength. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. If these lessons resonated with you, help us spread the wisdom of Stoicism by liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to elevate your mindset with our latest insights. Together, let's turn every rejection into a stepping stone for greatness.